Hello everyone, welcome back to the JJ Verse. I'm your host JJ and welcome to my Clash at the Castle review. Since it's been a few days since it's come out, I know this video is late, so I apologize for that. I'm going to make this a really quick review. I'm not going to go into super detail on the matches and stuff because most of you have probably already seen them. I'm just going to kind of give my thoughts and opinions on each match and what I really thought about when I was watching them. Overall, I felt like Clash at the Castle was a pretty good show. It didn't over-deliver. I was kind of hoping that there would be some, really big surprise. It didn't really feel like there was any of that. But I feel like just the fact that it was the first show in the UK in 30 years, and the fact of how electric the crowd was because of that. It wasn't the first UK show, but the first premium live event in the UK. And I just felt like that really made the entire event feel more special, and definitely gave... It was just very exciting to watch, with seeing how excited the audience was and how engaged they were with each match, especially the matches with Sheamus and Drew. That just felt very nice. But anyways, let's get into the first match. I'm also not going to be talking about the kickoff match because I wasn't really prepared for that match to be happening. That was a fun surprise. It was very cool to see a match on the kickoff show again because it's been a while since we've seen that. But I'm not going to be talking about that because I didn't talk about it in my predictions video, and I just really want to talk about the stuff that I specifically predicted in my predictions video. But first, let's start with the Asuka, Bianca Belair, and Alexa Bliss versus Damage Control with members Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. That was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. It was a pretty fun match between them. It kind of went back and forth. I wasn't too sure where it was going because there were times where I was like, dang, the babyfaces might get it. But then overall, by the end of the match, Bayley hit her finisher on Bianca Belair, and then Io Sky hit a move on her. It might have been her finisher. I'm still not too familiar with Io Sky and Dakota Kai, so I'm still kind of trying to get their movesets down and stuff, but she hit her with a move off the top rope, which was pretty effective, and then Bayley got the pin on Bianca Belair to finish off the match, which is a pretty big thing because the fact of the matter is Bayley has now pinned the Raw Women's Champion, which pretty much means that sometime down the line, could be soon, could be a while, Bayley will be challenging for the Raw Women's Championship, and I think that will be one of Bianca's biggest challenges yet, because although she's faced Sasha, although she's faced Becky, I feel like we're dealing with a different Bayley here, and I feel like if Bayley does get into that title picture again, which she already is, but I mean, seriously, is challenging for it and has a match for it, I don't really know who's going to be walking out of that match as champion, so it is a pretty big deal that Bianca Belair got pinned by Bayley. But pretty good match. I'm happy with the finish. I thought the baby faces were walking out because I thought we were going to get the surprise Sasha and Naomi return, but that did not happen, which is fine. I do think they are still coming back soon, though. Alright, let's get into the next match, which was Sheamus versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. That was, wow. Sheamus got the whole arena was behind Sheamus, and they were electric, and there was times where you really thought Sheamus is winning this thing, at least for me. In my heart of hearts, I knew Gunther was walking out as champion, but there was times where I was like, damn, the crowd's behind Sheamus. He's kind of dominating right now. He really could walk out with this win, and I don't think anyone would be upset about it. But I do understand where the booking is going with Gunther, and the fact of the matter is they're trying to kind of build him up. That was a good, hard-hitting match, tons of chops, tons of just beating each other back and forth. What a good match. I definitely wouldn't have been mad if Sheamus walked out as champ, but unfortunately, after going for a bro kick, Sheamus's back gave out trying to go for the bro kick just from all the damage throughout the match, and then Gunther actually capitalized, hit him with a powerbomb, then with a big clothesline, and then that was the end of the match, and Intercontinental Championship stays with Gunther. I love the fact that after the match, Sheamus kind of got to get his little warrior get up, and the audience was just behind him, and he got to really get that moment, and it was really nice because Sheamus, and I don't think anyone will disagree with this, I really think Sheamus has just been one of the best who's been consistently wrestling with WWE for years and years now, and has really done a lot for the company, and just always goes out there and puts the most into his matches. And I feel like that really helps. And, just good on Sheamus, man, and I really hope to see him with a title again soon, whether it be a mid-card or a main event title. The next match is Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler, and for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and that match was pretty good. I think that match was pretty hard because, like I said, if they didn't make Liv Morgan look a little bit more dominant in the match, it would have kind of been an issue because I feel like she really wasn't believable right now, and I feel like unless they really gave her a more dominant win, there was no way that she was actually walking out not walking out, but there's no way she was walking out as champion still with people behind her if they made her have like just a shitty finish. So it was a pretty good back and forth. You know, Shayna didn't look weak, but Liv did not look weak either, and she actually looked like she was supposed to have the championship a little bit, and she ended up getting a clean pin on Shayna, and I think that it was really good. I think Shayna got to show some of her talents, and I really think that this isn't the last time that we're going to see Shayna Baszler in the title picture anyways, which is why Liv walked out as champion. Still, she hit the Oblivion and got the 1, 2, 3. Still SmackDown Women's Champion. You love to see it. You love to see Liv Morgan being built up as a little bit more of a stronger champion so that the fans can really back her still, because I feel like that's what we wanted. But anyways, next up we got Edge and Rey Mysterio versus Damian Priest and Finn Balor, the Judgment Day. And that was pretty cool. I liked Edge's entrance when he came out with the mask on. That was pretty fun. And I liked how into it he was. And I loved the reception Edge got, because such a legend, he deserves it. That was a good match. Wasn't really my favorite match. Probably, it wasn't too bad. It was a good match, but it wasn't my favorite one. The big moment and the big part of that match was really the end of it, when pretty much they're all standing in the ring. Dominic actually distracted the Judgment Day, helped them get the win. They're celebrating. And then all of a sudden, Dominic just kicks Edge in the nuts. Just full force, boom. Edge goes down, then the camera shows Rey, and you just see the absolute pure shock on his face. He's just so disappointed in Dominic Mysterio in that moment. And then he goes and he's like, what's going on? Like, why are you doing this? And then we think Dominic is just going to, leave, and, he's just going to betray Edge, and then we're going to get on Monday Night Raw or something with them. But then all of a sudden, Dominic just turns around, and in similar fashion to when Eddie Guerrero actually turned heel on Rey Mysterio, or turned on Rey Mysterio, Dominic kind of did a similar clothesline, and then boom, Rey's on the ground, and it was surprising. And then he just leaves the ring, rips his shirt off and stuff. And then on Raw, we actually saw, as this was one of the parts of Raw that I really saw, we saw him come out, and he was actually all decked out in the Judgment Day whole get up and stuff. So it was pretty cool. The next match is Matt Riddle versus Seth freaking Rollins. That match was actually really good. It might have been my match of the night, honestly. It was a very fast match, so I already knew if I was going to try and break down the matches to a T that this wasn't going to be one that I was going to do. But just in terms of that, because it was just so fast. But it was such a good match. You could tell the storytelling in it was really good. Like, because you guys know, Seth Rollins is already in his matches. He does what he can to build the stories, to really get the emotion across to the audience. And I feel like he really brought that out of Riddle. I feel like you could tell the emotion in Riddle. And I feel like with that, you really wanted Riddle to win, but at the same time, you also want Seth to win, because outside of like the whole immersion of it, Seth Rollins really kind of needed it. Well, he didn't need it, but because I feel like he's a star regardless if he's winning or losing, but a lot of people believed he needed it, and I think honestly it was a good choice. But anyways, Seth Rollins pretty much gets the upper hand, then gets to the second rope, and pretty much hits a huge curb stomp on him. 1, 2, 3. That's the end of Riddle. But I don't think that that's the end of this feud. The next match is Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Universal Championship. Drew McIntyre, the hometown hero, is there to hopefully slay the over 2-year reign of Roman Reigns. And what a match that was. And I really loved the energy. Also, they did play Broken Dreams, but unfortunately he didn't actually come out to it. Triple H, you did kind of good, but next time we need Drew to actually walk out to it. Anyways, regardless, I still popped to see it. It still made me super happy. The crowd loved it. The crowd was so electric when Drew came out. You could tell they were really hoping that Triple H was going to give Drew McIntyre the title. And honestly, I really feel like, I really believed Drew was walking out. I thought, you know what? Roman hit 2 years. His reign is edged in history. It's a historic reign. It's a legendary reign. And I honestly didn't think that if Drew won, he was going to end up walking out with both titles. Because although Paul Heyman wasn't there, I feel like they would have incorporated something to where Roman still had one title. But I don't know. I just feel like it definitely, like, I love the ending because it was a surprising ending. I feel like we kind of were expecting to see the Usos' brother, but at the same time, I feel like it just seemed like the story wrote itself, and it seemed so perfect, and it seemed like such a perfect moment that it seemed like Drew was going to get the title. And Drew did not look weak by any means losing this match. He was very, very dominant, and I think that it was like they pretty much just showed, like, every time Roman did something, like, yeah, Roman would dominate for a while, but a lot of times Roman would start to get the upper hand, but Drew would just kind of, like, not even, he would just absorb it and just keep fighting back. And that's what I love. They made Drew look strong. They didn't make Drew lose and then look weak. They made him look strong, and I think that was good. I wasn't necessarily upset with the ending. See, here's the thing. So pretty much lay it out. Roman Reigns gets hit with a Claymore, and then he pinned him, and then he would have gotten the 3 count, but then the Usos' brother, I cannot think of his name at the moment, I apologize, pulls the ref out of the ring, reveals himself, pretty much. Then Roman Reigns hits him with the finisher, gets the 1, 2, 3, still your undisputed champion. And when I say, if you have not watched it, you need to go back and watch this pay-per-view, just because throughout the entire show, even by the main event, the UK audience was so electric, so energized, just there was never really a dull moment. But when Drew lost, it felt like I wasn't even there, but I could feel the air just get sucked out of the place. Like, even at my house, it just, me and my fiance were watching the show, and you could just feel the air kind of leave the room. And it was just, you know, because, like, although you kind of knew Roman was probably going to win, you really wanted Drew to win. And I'm not mad about it. I think it would have been an awesome moment, but I do see why it didn't happen. But anyways, overall, Clash at the Castle, pretty good show. I liked it. You know, it wasn't like anything over exciting, but it was still a very exciting show. It was still a very good show, and I definitely still think that it was definitely show of the weekend. I loved All Out, but I'll get more into that in the next video because this video is already long enough. But anyway, also towards the end of the match, Austin Theory actually came out and tried to cash in his briefcase, but he was right on the side of the announcer's table. It was right about to cash in, and then Tyson Fury just knocked him out, so he wasn't able to actually cash in because Roman Reigns and Drew were both down. I forgot to mention this moment, so that's why I had to refilm afterwards. I just really wanted to make sure that I got this in. I thank you all for watching. Check out the other videos on the channel if you haven't already, and hopefully some more consistent content will be coming. Once again, sorry that this video ended up being so delayed. It's just stuff was going on throughout the week, and I was questioning whether I still even want to do it because it was already it's already the end of the week, and I'm going to be posting it super late. So I really wasn't too sure. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it very much. It's been your host, JJ, and I'm out.